What's going on, people? This is Jagos, and I've got 15 minutes, so I'm going to try to address the criticisms that I received first, and then sit here and talk about some of the things that was going on with the Inafune report before I finished it. Now, one of the big ones that still gets in my craw is the fact that people that don't know a damn thing about copyright law still sat here and criticized me in a number of places, and it still bugs me that some people think that copyright law is for artists to sit here and get paid. They don't realize that of the 300 years of copyright, it's been used for silence and censorship in a number of ways. If you want to look at the Statute of Anne in 1709 and then see that, when the publishing press came into being, there were a lot of publishers that wanted to sit here and make money, and then after they made their money, they wanted to sit here and control what people could sit here and produce, distribute, etc., etc. That's pretty much what copyright is about. When people sit here and say you have to get paid off of it, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. What happens is you don't get paid off of preventing distribution. That is one of those things that really doesn't happen with copyright. Now, I could get into a constitutional argument about how copyright doesn't progress the arts and sciences, things like that, but for the most part, it's a morality plea. And when people start talking about morality and copyright, it's supposed to be a utilitarian concept, meaning that you use it to sit here and promote more works and arts, but it's not. That's not how it's used. It's used for silence and censorship. I'm not going to get too much into it. Maybe I'll put something down in the underbar if somebody's interested, but for the most part, I'm going to sit here and keep it to that. I'm still dealing with the copyright issues. I've had to go through the counter notification at least twice, so Google is basically making it a pain in my butt, because the fact of the matter is I'm not going to go away and drop a copyright claim. So if Victor Entertainment wants to come and sue me, they got to come and look at me. They got to come and basically make it so I have to go to court for a 3-minute song that I didn't get paid off of anyway. We'll see how that goes. In terms of Inafune, why did I do this? Why did it take 2 years? Why did it take so long? Part of it was being lazy. Part of it was getting new information and deciding what needed to be talked about and what didn't. And for a while, I'll be honest, I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go with it. I know a lot of people sat here and they've looked into Inafune independently, and then I correlated the data with them, and then after I correlated the data, I made the video, I made the script, and I sat on the script to see if anything else would come up. For the most part, I haven't gone through all of the information that I know, all of the information that I've been given, and I probably won't. I don't think you all need every last little bit. This was a look from the outside looking in, meaning that if you wanted to look into Inafune, as just a layperson, this is what this video series was trying to do. It was trying to give you all the tools. If you all want to look into anybody in the industry, you can sit here and take this part, try to learn it, reverse engineer it for your own purposes, and then take it, in whatever direction that you need to do it. Inafune, this is actually also a continuation of the Capcom annual report that I was doing. I was actually looking into 2014, but with Inafune being so closely connected to Capcom, I started to see a lot of things happen with Capcom that seemed to be that he influenced. And somebody asked me about 2007 2000 to 2013. Yes, he had a big hand in it, but the fact of the matter is he's not the only one. Because of that corporate structure, which I talked about in the Capcom 2013 report, the fact of the matter is you can see that these 16 people, what they care about the most is the money that they make. So Shu Takumi making a game in 3 months, which was Trials and Tribulations, where you get Gordo and everything. Godo. And the story having a whole bunch of plot holes or Ace Apollo. Those are the types of things that kind of happen and come up when production is rushed. And those are the types of things that Inafune, he might have gotten pressure to keep going down, push this down, and then it goes to his team. But when he gives his team right now a lot of leeway to sit here and make the game that they want, or the game that, the people paid him to make, it doesn't work out quite like it does. What Inafune hasn't done is fix his mistakes. That's pretty much the main thing that I want to show. That no matter where he went, there were things and flaws that Inafune did that pretty much translated all around. He was a boss. Inafune worked with a lot of great people that have since, gone their own separate ways, like Hideki Kamiya, like Shu Takumi, and all these other people. Some stayed with the company and influenced the new generation. Some have left. Yoshinori Ono is basically in the same position, and you can see the type of influences that he has over the direction of Capcom versus Inafune. So the basic gist is, I don't want to sit here and tell you all, look at Inafune. I won't support his games. Make no mistake. But the fact of the matter is, he's trying to get out of the industry and do something different, which has become like a venture capitalist. And as a venture capitalist, what he's doing is a lot different. He's trying to finance other people to make games, and he makes money off of what they're doing. It's a very different model, and it's not traditional at all. So that's why I don't support his games. I don't support him trying to take young developers and make money off of them. And that's essentially what he's been doing for a long time. He was cultivating the fans. He used the media to sit here and cultivate the fans, and nobody was actually taking any time out to sit here and look into the past and see, did this correlate with what he was doing. Now, I'm not the only one that made this series. Make no mistake, I have to sit here and congratulate some of the Anons that continue to push this series. This is something that, I checked 8chan, I've checked Tech Raptor, I've checked all of these other places and all this history to ensure that a lot of this was accurate. But I can always be wrong on some of it. Like, one of the things that, was a big thing was the Silicon Era thing. I got a criticism, well, I don't know the Silicon Era community except what people show me, and then what I can sit here and look up my own self. And I found that plagiarism thing. I found the criminal girls thing. I found that from 8chan. A lot of anonymous people were looking into it. So the fact of the matter is, with all of these people looking into it, you're going to get a very different flavor of criticism if you look at 8chan all the time. And I haven't looked at it as much, but that sat here and influenced how I looked at Silicon Era. Now, I haven't been on the forums, so that is a criticism I am taking. And after sitting here talking, coming to a decent conclusion, I can sit here and say, okay, I can take that into consideration. Different people have different personalities, and that's true. And I have to sit here and look at that and say, in the future, I'll try to not put Silicon Era in the same bubble. Maybe it's more that I have to look into that community some more. That's something that I'll probably do in the future. But for the most part, right now, what I am going to be doing, I have the Capcom 2014 report that I want to sit here and start doing. I have a video that should be doing about the tale of two journalists. These are videos that are going to be longer form. I'm probably going to get back into the habit of just talking about things, but now with the copyright strike, I'm probably going to be talking about them for 15 minutes or so. So nothing major like that. And then after that, for the most part, I'm going to just basically keep doing this type of thing. But one last thing that I do want to talk about, why did I do this? Why did I do this for free, basically. Well, the point was to sit here and show that the gaming industry really doesn't do its job. It doesn't investigate. It doesn't do this concept. And when I do the tale of two journalisms, I'm going to sit here and talk about establishment journalists versus the investigative journalists that could possibly do that. And that's something that I want to do in the future. That's something that I'm currently doing right now, along with a diagnosis of the gaming industry, so that if someone wants to look into the gaming industry for themselves, they can sit here and do that. Pretty soon, I'm actually going to make a video where I sit here and do the script for not only Capcom, but I'm also going to sit here and do the script and write that up and finish that up for the Inafune report, so you all can look at it if you all decide that I was making a mistake or anything like that. But for the most part, this is 11 minutes long. I'm really not going to edit this one. I'm just throwing this one up there so you all can see exactly what I'm doing. And hopefully you all enjoyed the Inafune report. If y'all have any criticisms, feel free to leave them down in the comment below, because, you know, that's how I sit here and learn how to be a better discusser, talker type person. So, other than that, I'll see you all next time.